We have just 27 days until the release of NBA 2K24, and today we just got some major gameplay updates for the new game. Now, we all know that one of the biggest issues in 2K23 was the paint defense and the fact you could quite literally not block dunks whatsoever. You had a higher chance of getting struck by lightning than getting a block on any type of dunk in 2K23. Now, one of the reasons for this was because of the limitless takeoff badge. Now, this badge allowed players to take off from the free throw line and get an unstoppable dunk at will every single time. A lot of people have been saying they want this taken out of the game, and today we finally got an update regarding this issue. Mike Wang, the lead gameplay director of NBA 2K, just tweeted this: "Since some have asked," with a picture of the limitless takeoff badge waving bye to the camera, obviously pointing to the fact that limitless takeoff will no longer be in the game in NBA 2K24. Now, in my opinion, this is the biggest W yet. All year long, players have abused this badge and have used it as a bailout. You can literally have no stamina and still get an unblockable limitless takeoff dunk from the free throw line using the MJ dunk package. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that Michael Jordan only pulled this dunk off one time in his whole career, and you could spam it over and over and over in 2K23 as if it was normal. Defenders could even clearly be in great defensive position, but the game would act as if those players did not exist because of how overpowered this badge was. Now, don't get me wrong, this is great and all, and it will drastically impact the effectiveness of rim running. But if 2K does not add more defensive animations to 2K24, rim running will still be a major issue. We need to be able to block dunks, and there needs to be way more defensive bump animations on the perimeter to stop drives. Now, I think we can all agree on this one. We need way more contact animations in the paint, especially ones that counter the dunk animations. It's simple as this: defenders need way more tools to get stops. Now, speaking of defenders needing more tools to get stops, Smoove, one of the most impactful 2K content creators of all time, just released a new video calling out the community and the devs to bring much needed changes to the game, and here's what he had to say.
There's just so many ways to speed up your player on offense. On defense, there is no way to speed yourself up. And it's funny because you can even guess the direction that somebody's going to go in, and you can even get a collision. You can trigger a collision, but then after the collision, it's possible for the offensive player to get a speed boost and go in the other direction, to bounce off of the collision and then speed boost for a layup or a dunk. So when people are complaining about the game, I never see people complaining saying, hey, on defense, we need to be able to go faster. We need to be able to move laterally. That guy didn't really do anything, but he got by me. Why can't I just take a simple step over here and collide with him? So because you guys don't complain about the right things, 2K doesn't know how to fix this. The only way to fix this problem, this variety problem, this cheesing problem, is to improve the defense. We don't care that you're dribbling like crazy. We care that when you make a mistake, oh yes, and a lot of you are making hella mistakes, when you put that ball right in front of us, we can't steal the ball. So in the Curry slide year, it was used and abused so much, you knew when somebody was gonna do it. So what does a smart person do? What does a basketball mind do? They say, you know what I'm gonna do? When he does the Curry slide, I'm gonna be on the other side of the Curry slide. I'm gonna be on this hand, so when he does it, and then he puts the ball right there, I'm gonna steal it. The current steal system in the game is very weird. It doesn't make sense from a basketball standpoint. A lot of moves, you have to steal it right before they activate the move. You can't steal it at the end of the move or mid-move, and that's a problem. So even when these dribblers make mistakes, you can't steal the ball. But I don't hear anybody talking about this. I've never heard anybody complain that you can't steal the ball when people make a mistake. But then nobody has a problem about all these crossbody steals where you're trying to protect the ball. You have the ball in the opposite hand on the opposite body side, but they can still steal it from across your body with an animation. But when somebody dribbles right in front of you, maybe even bumps into you, you get a collision, baby. Now you can't steal it. You might even get a reach-in foul. The only way to get variety is to have the counter to the variety. The defense has to improve.
So as you just heard, Smoove brings up the fact that the community is constantly asking for the wrong things to be changed in the game. And he states that this is the reason why the game is in a bad state. Now, one example in the community that happens every year, everyone complains that shooting is too hard, and then 2K puts out an update to make it way easier. And Smoove also talks about the lack of variety in 2K. and how there are hardly any viable ways to score outside the meta. In addition, one of the most important issues he addressed is the lack of defense in NBA 2K23, and I could not agree more with Chris Smoove when it comes to this. Ball handlers can dribble the ball quite literally through the defenders, and they can make countless mistakes with the ball around the defender as well. But it's crazy because these ball handlers that make bad decisions are never punished. I'm telling y'all, it's nearly impossible to steal the ball from them or get bumps on them on drives. And as you guys can see the video on the screen right here, the defender is clearly cutting off the ball handler. But because of the lack of animations on defense, he's not bumping and he's not making contact with the ball handler at all. The ball handler is literally dribbling into his body, but he's not losing the ball. And Chris Smoove also exposes the fact that when the ball handler is doing these dribble moves, it's literally impossible to steal the ball mid-dribble move because 2K simply does not allow you to. And this has been an issue for years now, and it needs to be fixed. Chris Smoove made some great points in this video about defense and how it needs to be improved, and I could not agree more. Let me know what you guys think about this down below and drop a like if you want to see better defense in NBA 2K24. I think we all can agree it needs a major upgrade. Yesterday, I tweeted NBA 2K24 needs defensive bump animations like NBA 2K16. And as you guys can see, I think a lot of people agree with this statement. That's because this clip clearly shows that in 2K16, they had so many different defensive animations to help defenders get stops. Now you can see in this clip that this defender gets way more bump animations than what we have in the game now, which is actually crazy, because this game is like 8 years older now. And it's crazy because these bump animations in 2K16 completely stop the ball handler from being able to rim run or drive to the rim. And something else no one talks about in 2K16, look at the speed of this defender in this video. He can clearly match the speed of the ball handler. For the past few years, the defenders have been way slower than the ball handler, and that should never be the case. 99 lateral quickness should be faster than 99 speed with ball. Not only should you be able to keep up with the ball handler, but you should be able to get these bump animations like you see in these clips. And I'm telling y'all right now, these are the tools defenders need to be able to get stops in 2K. And as of right now, defenders can't bump and cut off the ball handler consistently at all. And a lot of the times with badges like Clamp Breaker, the ball handler, even when he's bumped, is able to brush through the defender like nothing ever happened to him, and he's able to run and dunk like it's nothing. I really hope that this is addressed in NBA 2K24. And I know many of you may think that there's no chance. However, I do have high hope that changes will be made. The reason why I have hope that changes will be made is because the former professional 2K League lockdown defender Wolf74 just announced this on Twitter. One thing I've learned quickly in the past 9 months of being on this great dev team is the ultimate goal to try to please everyone and have a balanced game. That is much easier said than done, but we working. And as you guys can see, Wolf is basically announcing that he is now a developer for 2K, and he has been a developer for the last 9 months, meaning that he's been helping 2K work on 2K24 for quite some time now. And I think this is really great news. I think if there's anyone that can bring awareness to the lack of defense in 2K, it's Wolf. Wolf was a pro lockdown in the 2K League and has been priding himself on defense for years. So hopefully, because he's officially a 2K developer, we will see defense return to the game on NBA 2K24. Now, in addition, we also got some more clues that defense is a focus for NBA 2K24. Uncle Demi, head of the 2K Next Makers, tweeted this: "Me when 2K24 drops and lockdowns are back to being OP." Now, this may confirm that defensive base builds in 2K24 will be dominant again, which in my opinion would be a huge W for the game. I'm telling you right now, defense needs to be the focal point moving forward if we want to see a really good 2K. Drop a like if you agree right now and let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. Moving on, NBA 2K just did a live stream answering further questions about certain aspects of NBA 2K24, mostly surrounding crossplay, and here's what they had to say.
Another one was, will there be an indicator to differentiate between players on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S?
Yes, this was a popular one. So yes, there will be a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and S indicator so that you can easily distinguish players on different platforms when you're playing in crossplay.
How do I invite and play with players on another platform?
So in 2K24, the crossplay social menu will facilitate all cross-platform interactions between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and that can be accessed seamlessly and from anywhere in the game. You'll see more on how this works at launch.
So as you just heard, NBA 2K24 will be having a quote-unquote crossplay social menu. And this is going to be where you can add friends via to your 2K account regardless of what console you guys are on. They also said that players will have a PlayStation or Xbox logo next to their name, indicating what console that they're on. Now, this was an expected feature, but the confirmation gets me really excited. I think being able to see what console other players are on when roaming around the park will add so much depth and immersion to the game. Like, imagine winning a game at the park with all your PlayStation friends, and then you see a squad full of Xbox people on next. Now, just this alone will be an experience that we've never seen on 2K before, and I cannot wait to experience this the first time ever. Up next, we got a tweet from a 2K developer, TP Got Game, and he posted a photo of himself at the 2K headquarters with a caption, "Still cooking," with a chef emoji. Power DF responded to him saying, "I know you can't tell us details, but let us know if it's good," with an eyes emoji. And TP replied simply saying, "Absolute greatness." Now, of course, no developer is going to say that the game is going to be anything but good, but him replying, making the statement that the game will be absolute greatness, definitely gets my hopes up for what's in store for 2K24. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. For the final piece of news, Herb Scribner tweeted this. This isn't super new news, but I've been told that GameStop should expect to see copies of NBA 2K24 2 or 3 days ahead of time. One store said that September 8th is a pickup date, but it could be released the night before if there's an early release announcement. Knowing this, we could potentially see the game do an early release promo, or at the very least expect to start seeing some early leak footage of the game a few days before release like we've seen in the past years. Well, that's it for today's news. If you guys found this video very informational and you're up to date, make sure you guys drop a like on this video and make sure you look at the latest video on the screen. I'm out. Peace.